Welcome back, folks. How you guys doing tonight? We are back on another Wednesday with a good topic. Before we jump into the show, make sure you share, like, retweet, Facebook it, do all those things. Get it out there to the people. And let them know the show is live. I've already tweeted, so if you can retweet my tweet, and let's get this show on the road. So. Welcome back to the See Through It podcast. I'm your host, Brian Sales. How you guys doing tonight? How are you guys doing? I'm feeling good. It's Wednesday. We're on episode 31, season 3. Been grinding. Been doing a lot of stuff. Been seeing a lot. Been reading a lot. We still don't have a president. Even though the media has claimed one, we still don't have a president. It's been a lot going on. How you guys doing out there? Let me know how you guys are doing in the chat. Like I said, please start either a watch party or just share this, retweet it. If you're on YouTube, please leave a comment and hit that thumbs up before you get out of the episode. Hit that thumbs up. So, as you see the topic, it's okay to ask why. It's okay to ask why. I chose that topic today because we don't have a lot of people asking any questions anymore. My son asked me, about 20, 30 questions a day. 20 to 30 questions a day, just on random stuff. And that got me thinking, why don't we question anything anymore? Why do we just go along with whatever's being said? Why do we just go along with whatever's being done? Why don't we question things anymore? Back in the 60s and 70s, they used to have protests at colleges during the war, and, there was always marches and all this other stuff, questioning the government, questioning law enforcement, and all this stuff. Now we just have, unlawful acts in the street with no real purpose. But the things that should be questioned are never questioned. Nothing is ever questioned. We sit there in front of our, those boxes that's sitting in our living room. We sit in front of those and we consume that. Majority of y'all probably consume 5 to 6 hours of TV. And you sit there and the media is telling you this, filling your head with that, plugging you into this. And then after that, you're on Facebook, being filled with a bunch of other nonsense and all this other stuff. You're just constantly filled with it. And you're never questioning, why is this being pushed? Why is this being said? Why did he use that word? We're never questioning anything. We just go right along with it. You might be saying, well, what do you mean? What example do you have? Why would you say that? Why are you saying this? Well, I would say my biggest example was, or is, months ago, the new media told us that we wouldn't have a president for months. Even after the election, we wouldn't have a president. We wouldn't know what the results of the election was. For months, they told us this now. When everyone was, people was against the mail-in ballots and all that, the media was telling us we wasn't going to find out who the president was. They told us this many times. Fast forward to November, the election happens, and on election day, states were declaring a winner of their state within 20% of votes counted. 10%, 60%. And the media announced they had a president. The media announced that, and no one questioned it. No one questioned, well, how is this state declaring a winner at 20%? How is this state declaring a winner at 60%, but this state is at 98% and hasn't declared anything? We don't question anything. And it's starting to make sense. As long as it is feeding our appetite for hatred or negativity, we won't question it. And even then, we still won't question it because we've been brainwashed. We've been trained to just follow along with whatever society is telling us. For months, the media has told us we won't know who the president is. But within that same night, the media declared a president. And let me let you guys know, the media has no power to declare a president. They're not a part of the Constitution. They are just TV people on the TV, making up their own rules. Their job is to make projections. That's it. This is not a political episode. I'm just giving you an example. We never question anything. COVID's about to lock us all back down again. No one's questioning why. It's okay to lock us down and tell us to stop going to work and all that, but they can have sports on TV. They can play football. They can play basketball. They can do all these other things. But the people that need to be working, the people that have a family to take care of, they can't go to work. No one's batting an eye. No one's saying anything. What happened to that word, why? Why is that okay? Why is that okay? No one's questioning anything. It's okay to shut down the churches, tell you to stay out of your church, stay away from the church, but leave the bars open. Leave the stores and everything else open, but close them churches. No one bats an eye. No one bats an eye. Your preacher's not saying anything. They're too busy focused on race. Instead of, I'm not even gonna jump on it. I'm not even gonna jump on it. But no one's questioning anything. If the media comes out and says there was a black man killed by a police officer, we get all types of questions, or we get all type of responses. But in that same hour, there could be a shooting in the neighborhood. Three young men could die, and nobody would say nothing. Won't be any questions. Won't be any outrage. Not one eye batted. What are we doing? Is our hatred for certain people only allowing us to question certain things? That we don't care about anything else that is being stripped away from us, that is being taken away from us. We don't care about any of that. Prices on food is going up. No one, the media is not even putting a spotlight on it, not even a flashlight. No one's saying anything. Your politicians are not addressing it. Your local news media is not trying to find out what's happening. They're too busy talking about the man in the office, too busy talking about COVID, while you sit there and just digest all of it. Living in this fake reality world and not thinking for yourselves. At the end of the show, I always say, don't be blinded by the media. Hashtag see through it. It's pretty clever. I'm going to go ahead and pat myself on the back for that one. But it has some real meaning to it. It has some real meaning to it. We allow the media to dictate our emotions, our thoughts, our movements every day. And we don't question it. We never say why. Why are they using this word? Why did they leave this piece of information out? Why are they so focused on that? And I see this going on. Or maybe I don't even see it because I'm so in tune with what this TV is showing me. I don't even know what's going on outside these walls. Because I'm here. This is where I'm at. Absolutely right, Jason. We question it after it's already too late. Why do we want to wait till it's too late? When you already got the chains on you. You wake up one morning, you find out, oh, you don't have this liberty no more. No, you gave that up. When did I give it up? When they mentioned it a little bit, but you didn't really pay attention because your hatred for something else was drowning out your logic and your common sense about what else was going on in life. You was too focused on that negative stuff. That stuff that they made up for you to get distracted. You was too focused on that. So meanwhile, while you're distracted with that, they took away all of this. It's too late to ask why now. With your silence, you agreed. With your silence, we thought it was okay. So we did it. I guess where I'm going with all of this is we're allowing hatred and negative things to blind us to things that are actually happening in our communities. Things that are actually affecting us in our surroundings. Mental health, that is taking a toll on people. Why is the news not covering that? Again, back to the grocery store. The prices on food is getting outrageous. Why is no one speaking on that? But y'all worried about someone's tax. What someone paid on their taxes. Our grocery bill is getting higher and higher. But our bags are getting less. The grocery bill is getting higher, but the bags that we come home with is less and less bags. The trunk is not even empty. It's not even full, halfway full. But we worrying about what someone else made on their W-2s. I saw somewhere where someone said, if you're not making $400,000 a year, you shouldn't be worried about what Joe Biden's tax policy is. Well, well, is that the case? Well, riddle me this. If those businesses and those industries are paying the tax on that $400,000 that they're making plus, who you think that's going to trickle down to? Who's going to be responsible to make up the rest of that money? Oh, you think it's going to come out of their pocket? That's coming for us. That's coming out of our pockets. Our pockets that are already light. So yes, that $400,000 is a big deal. I don't care what these people might try to finesse you on or make you think, but you have to think for yourself. The podcast name is See Through It, meaning use some type of logic. Sit down and process the information that you're hearing. If the people up top is being taxed this heavily and they control the industry, who you think is going to make up that bottom line? Their sons and daughters? Them? Who do you think is going to make up that bottom line? Us. Us, the ones that's not making 400,000. That's who. That's who. See, we blindly just listen and follow along and don't even question it. Because either one, our hatred is so strong, it has destroyed any logic or any common sense that we can't see what's happening. Two, we don't care to see what's happening because our hatred is what we're holding on to. Why? I ask these questions all the time. Anytime I hear something, I'm questioning. And when I'm listening, I'm actively listening to the words that are being used. These people are smart. They have these degrees. They went to college. They know what words to use. My governor here in Virginia gave a press conference sometime back in June, July, somewhere around there. And he said, get ready, folks. This is the new norm. And when I heard that, I'm watching on my phone. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that's a helo flying. A helo is a helicopter. It just went overhead. I lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. Press conference back in June, July, somewhere around there. And he said, this is the new norm. And when I heard that, red flag came up. I was like, new norm? The new normal? Like this is what we should be expecting to be taking place for the rest of our lives? He said, this is the new normal. So you should get used to it. Now, this is for a disease that we still didn't know anything about. This is for a disease that was like just born out of nowhere and all of this other nonsense. And we should get comfortable with wearing a mask everywhere we go, even inside our houses. We should get comfortable with that. This is the new norm. And while I'm listening to this, there's reporters and journalists and other people in that room. And not one reporter, journalist, no one said, excuse me, Governor, what do you mean by new norm? What do you mean by that? No one said anything. I'm looking in the comments. I'm scrolling. Someone else, please, ask the question. What does he mean by it? So I put the question out there. What does he mean by it? The new norm. What does that mean? No response. I'm not okay with this being the new normal. See, I guess my voice is not, important enough to get that question put out there to get these people to respond to that. But what if we had more people asking that question? What do you mean, new normal? Then they would be forced to answer. Maybe we would get some answers on what's really going on. Or does anyone know what's going on? Are we just waking up and deciding to put new restrictions on things and, just playing around? because they tell us to wear the mask. But then you see these politicians and whoever else out with no mask. I'm confused. Why don't we question anything, folks? What happened to the why? What happened to the why? I'm sure some of you guys have kids out there and you let your kids question you about everything that's under the sun. But you won't question your politicians, your mayors, your city council, your district. You won't question nothing. You just sit there and you just watch it, absorb it, and follow along. But then question everything that doesn't sit right with you, that should be, just. I don't get it. It's blowing my mind. It blows my mind. Let me see what the comments are saying. Papa says, question everything, brother, and he questions everything and would never conform. It's crazy how we don't, and again, I already talked about the COVID thing, like I said, I believe it's real. I don't believe the hype that's been the 24/7 coverage of it is necessary. Everyone believes this hype. Do you honestly believe that they have a vaccine for you to heal and stop this? Do you honestly believe that? I would love to know your answers to that. Because if you think this healthcare system is about healing, you better wake up. If you think this government is about doing right by you, you better wake up. You better stop watching the TV and start reading some stuff. You better start digging into history and learning some things. Open your mind and your eyes and see what is happening. I've told you guys last year, the year before, this is not about Democrat or Republican. This is about rich versus the poor. This is about evil versus good. Way back, the healthcare system was already set up to weed to the end the poor people. It was set up like that. It wasn't meant for us regular folks to stay alive, stay healthy, and stay around with the rich folks. Look at your healthcare insurance. You need a certain medicine, and you got to pay what you paying in a house mortgage to get the medicine that you need to stay alive. How does that make sense? Explain it. And I don't want to hear some nonsense that you've heard from the TV. I want you to use your own brain, your own logic, and give me the information so I can understand how it makes sense. You are entrusting these people to come up with a vaccine to heal you, to say that you won't get sick from COVID. Meanwhile, they putting out pills that got a list that has a novel connected to it saying all these side effects. One pill that's supposed to eliminate or, put a Band-Aid on one thing, but then give you 36 side effects. And you good to go. You telling me that's the same people that they're making that vaccine? Come on now, people, wake up. Somebody asked the question, why? How? When? So we just all brain dead. We don't think for ourselves no more. We not putting the common sense and logic together no more. I'm not saying you have to agree with what I'm saying, but what I am asking you to do is to think for yourself. Look into some things. Just look at some stuff. You're watching TV every day. You're seeing these medicines, and they're attaching a list of things that are side effects, death, suicidal thoughts. But you expect me to believe that that vaccine is going to make me feel better. I'm telling you right now, I don't have Bobo the Clown written on my forehead. I'm no one fool. I'm no one's fool. My daughter, for 4 years, was getting the flu shot. And every time she got the flu shot, she was getting real sick. And this time, she decided not to get the flu shot. And I'm telling you, when she got that flu shot, she was sick like every other week. She was having a cold, a migraine, stuffiness, sinus problems. She was having, when winters came, she was out for the whole winter. She was not healthy at all. She stopped getting that flu shot. She went a whole winter without getting sick. Now, that might not be the case for everyone else. It might not be the case for everyone else. But when you hear that and you see that, you're like, wow, what's in that? What are they putting in there? She doesn't get the shot, she feels better. She goes a whole year without getting sick. Literally every time she got the shot, she was sick for 7 months, 6 months. I was supposed to get her on a couple weekends. I couldn't get her because she was so sick. We keep looking to the government to take care of us. Take care of me. Take care of me. What you say? Oh, you don't want me to go to work? Okay. You gonna give me some money? All right. I'm fine. Okay. What is only $1,200? Okay. We're just saying okay. We're not asking why. I can't go to work, but there's grown men on a basketball court dribbling up and down the court. They're playing football out there. Is that baseball? That's baseball going on right now. That bar is kind of packed. I can't go to work. That bar is kind of packed. I'm confused. Know why? No questions. No questions. Just checking the comments, folks. I hear you, Mallory. She says she feels trapped. Tiffany, yes. The COVID thing has definitely made people look at other people as conspiracy theorists and all that. Mallory says she stopped getting a flu shot 10 years ago. I'm trying to, Tiff, speak the unpopular opinion because it's so true. Yeah, they will freely give you a flu shot for free and won't tell you what's all in it. They're not counting on you to ask what's in it. Did you know metals, anything injected that has metals into our body is not a good thing? So why do they have metals in these shots? No one's asking why. But I'm supposed to believe that this COVID vaccination is supposed to be good. Meanwhile, they can't put a pill together that doesn't have 36 side effects that might make me want to kill myself. Someone help me to understand that. Point me to the right piece of information. I'm blown by all of this. I've been frustrated. Last week was Veterans Day, and to see where our country is going, it makes me angry. It makes me angry to see so many people with their hands out that are willing to throw away their freedom, their civil liberties, just for a handout. It makes me angry that people are just sitting in front of their TVs while different agendas are being pushed and they don't question it. Their kids are sitting right there on the couch with them. This agenda is being pushed. This agenda is being pushed. But no one questions it. The violence in the streets and the communities, but no one questions it. The outrage only comes when it's a black man and a white officer. I'm sick of it. It makes me angry. Knowing that there's people in this country that are willing to die for their freedom, willing to work hard to further their life, to make sure that their family, their kids have something later down the road. And to see that there's people that are willing to throw all that away just so they can have the government coddle them. It's disgusting. It's mind blowing. I don't know what we are doing. It's like it's impossible to have a conversation with someone because everyone gets offended. Everyone's so emotional. I say it all the time. I've said it in this show. I've said it in different posts. I'm not here for anyone's feelings. I can care less about your feelings. We need to hear the truth. We need to be held accountable. You need to hold yourself accountable. And that's the way it is. It blows my mind that the things that I'm seeing in the church. The church is supposed to be the anchor for communities, and the churches are not the anchors. You have no leaders to follow behind because they're all crooked. What are we doing? What are we doing? That's what I got. That's what I got. I'm frustrated. I'm sick of it. I'm ready for this year to be over. I mean, it doesn't matter if this year ends or not. I mean, this is where we're at. And I'm imploring you. I'm telling you. You better start looking into some things. You better start listening. Start paying attention to what's being said. Start paying attention to what's not being said. Because things are happening. This has nothing to do with conspiracies. Things are happening in front of us. Whether you want to admit it, agree with it, or not, Things are happening. What I'm telling you to do is question it. Be ready for it. Don't just wake up one morning and be like, oh, I did when? Oh man, I didn't even know. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. I mean, just, I'm going to get off of it. My mind is just taking me in so many different directions. There's so much that we should be questioning, but we're not. Whether it's COVID has zapped or sucked up every inch of your brain, consumed it, or whether your hatred for whoever's in the White House has consumed you, better start questioning some stuff. Better start questioning some stuff. That's all I got. Let me see what's going on. Mallory says some of us are, but not enough of us. I hear you. Mal, speaking on the t-shirts, I'm trying to get out of that mindset that I was in. I'm telling you guys, for I think 2 weeks. Last week, I wanted to talk about this, but I was like, I was teetering on emotions because like I hit 1K. I was happy about that. It was Veterans Day, so I was happy and kind of back and forth with that, and then everything that was going on with the election, with the media calling the election and they have no power to do that, and there's so many people out there that don't even understand that our school systems have failed us. I got to get off of it. Oh my gosh. They're attacking our education. No one's questioning why. So I don't know how we're going to feed our families. Prices in the grocery stores are going up. Local news, they're not covering it. They're not asking the questions. Mayors, governors, district leaders, not saying a word. Not saying a word. No one's asking why. I'm off of it. Start questioning things, folks. I can literally spend a whole 2 hours venting and raging about this whole topic because I see the stuff that I see on my Facebook timeline, the stuff that I see on my Twitter timeline. I stepped away from Twitter. I'm still on Twitter. I'm not on there as much because the stuff that's being said, and I'm like, where's the logic behind that? I think I told you guys I had a conversation with someone else before, and they was talking about would we still be calling it cheating if it was the other side or something like that. And I was like, yeah, absolutely, I would. I don't know about anyone else because right is right and wrong is wrong. I'm gonna call it. And so we was talking about line graphs or whatever. And if you know geometry and math and all that, graphs don't shoot up like that. They trend upward. They don't go straight. They don't go straight up in two different states at the same time. So that is a great time to be questioning how in the world is that possible. Doesn't matter who was in office. It could have been a lizard going against Donald Trump and Joe Biden, and all of a sudden votes for a crocodile came in and it jumped and the crocodile was in the lead. I don't care who was on that ballot. If something like that happens, you should be questioning it. But we've gotten to a place that they are blatantly doing stuff and they're relying on you to be brain dead to not question anything. Either relying on you to be brain dead or emotionally uh, uh, exhausted, or looking for something to feed that emotion. You're ignoring everything else, is what I'm saying. Basically, so emotionally involved in something else that you are willingly ignoring everything else unless you hear that trigger word that you need to hear to set you off. That's how the media is playing us. But we're too blinded by that. And we fall right into that trap all the time. I'm off of it. I'm off of it. Back to Mallory's question. Yes, Mallory, it is the same type of shirt as you see here. So before I show the shirt, I'm not here for your feelings. It's a pre-order that I'm doing till December 2nd. Actually, I might till December 2nd. And you know, if you, I got 5 more keychains, so the next 5 that pre-orders will secure their keychains. It says right here, I'm not here for your feelings. The WC hit. You see that? You got your flag. 25 for the pre-order, and they'll go out that following week. And yeah, just letting people know, I'm not here for your feelings. I have, either you're gonna hear the truth and adjust, move accordingly, or you just move accordingly. But I'm not about to bite my tongue just to sugarcoat things to make you feel better. I don't do that over here. we don't play those games over here. We don't do that. So uh, if you're interested in that shirt, let me know. Hit me up in my DMs, send me a message, and we'll get you squared away. So that's that. Um, yes, they are unisex shirts. Unisex. Um, yes, Tiffany, they are unisex shirts, so it fits everyone very, very well. They're very nice, very soft. Um, it's a good shirt. It's a good shirt. So, oh, on that note, website is about to launch. I know y'all heard me say this for about 3 weeks now, and I'm telling you guys I am working hard on getting that website launched. So, um, bear with me, stick with me. I promise that site is almost done, and we're gonna launch it, and we're gonna rock with it, and we're gonna make upgrades as time goes along. But it's almost here. It's almost here. So I'm super excited about that. I want to say thank you to all you guys for making it happen. Believing in the brand, believing in what I am doing. Um, we're all in this together. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What else we got? What else we got? I think that's it. Like I said, I could sit on here and rant, rage, get out of hand, get out of control, and just go in. But I choose not to. I choose not to. I see you, Tiffany. I hear you. You said you know, I I ain't forgot about you. I ain't forgot about you. But yeah, folks. So that is the show. I'm not gonna do a real life defining moment this segment because I was pouring all my energy into that. But I'm telling you, next week we got a nice real life defining moment story. A very good real life defining moment. So make sure you tune in so you can hear that out. Um, and on top of that, hear the topic that I'm talking about. So make sure you come back next Wednesday, same time, same place. You know, let's go ahead and jump into our contact list. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up, hit that notification bell, ding dong, and leave me a comment. If you leave me a thumbs down, tell me why. Don't be rude. Tell me why. Follow me on Twitter at SeeThroughIt1, Facebook.com/STIPODCAST. Give that page a like, a follow, join the conversation there. Follow me on Instagram at Brian Sales. SAILES. Someone said I should spell that out so they know how to find me. So there it is. Also follow my Warriors Collection brand at Warriors_collection_. Follow that page. I'm trying to grow it. Follow the page. If you'd like to email me one of your real life defining moments, email it to me at SeeThroughItPodcast@gmail.com. SeeThroughItPodcast@gmail.com. If you'd like to make a donation to the show, PayPal.me/SeeThroughIt. We on the audio side, we doing very well on the audio side. So thank you guys, everyone that's out there listening, while you're in your car or while you're working out or wherever the case may be. Thank you for listening to the podcast via the audio, Anchor, Spotify, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Overcast, and Apple Podcasts. Yesterday, I found out that I was on Amazon. I didn't get a notification or anything, but I am on Amazon. I think audio, so I forgot what it's called. It's Amazon something. So, but if you listen to Amazon, you can find me on there. So find me there and listen to me there also. Again, I want to say thank you to my supporters, Mr. White, Ms. Kasi. Thank you for your contributions. Also, please check out the Patreon. We got our Patreon page. Please check that out. If you would like to be a contributor to the Patreon, sign up there. And like I said, we have some nice deals, some nice things in store for the, if you're connected to the Patreon. So if you would like to, be a part of that, go over there, patreon.com/SeeThroughItPodcast. And we're going to take care of you. We got a lot of things, like I said, a lot of things in store, a lot of things we're working on. Some exciting times. Even in these dark moments, these dark times that we're in, we have some exciting things planned for the show. So go to the Patreon, sign up. You won't be sad or mad or disappointed. It's just a little bit more about me, more about what we're gonna be doing, more in depth look on how I come up with my episodes, and afterthoughts about my episode. Just go over there, sign up, and let's make it happen. Also, you'll be connected to the Warriors Collection brand because they're one in the same. So it's a nice deal. So go and do that. With that being said, folks, thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate you guys for coming and watching, even watching on the replay. I greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you. We rocking. It's almost the end of 2020. Thanksgiving is next week. So hope you guys are staying safe. Stay focused. Stay aware. Let's keep moving. All right, so let's get to the saying. Don't be blinded. Don't be blinded by the media. I'm going to say it again. Don't be blinded by the media. #See Through It. This is the See Through It podcast, and I'm your host, Brian Sales. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.